So, today I decided to do a tutorial on how to do Legacy of Goku 1 speedruns. I am going to teach the old any percent route. We call now any percent no map jumping. There's a glitch bug in the game that causes you to be able to move anywhere in the map, but in this category you are not allowed to do that. So, to start off, you'll always start with a new game. Just like any other run. Mash the text really fast. Alright, now this is the first area where I master Roshi's Island. Now, it's not really clear what to do first. You would probably talk to Master Roshi, he would tell you. But the first thing we do is pick up these magazines. They're apparently Master Roshi's magazines. He just leaves all over the place. So, the fastest way would be to go, when you start in the middle, you go up into the house. Grab the first one to the right, leave immediately. Second one's gonna be over here. Now, this can be like a little tricky. Log 1 has a bit of a bad collision detection. You could look. It looks like you could walk right here, but it is a bit. You want to make sure you are wide enough from the rock. If you get it correctly, you can go straight up and grab the magazine. Now, it is quicker just to come down here. Now, the way these characters move are RNG. You can have Gohan at the top, Krillin in the middle, wherever. Just make sure you notice where they're at, just to avoid them. Grab the last magazine, that's it. Better talk to Master Roshi 3 times. He'll give you 2 sensor beans and an herb, I believe. Yep. You immediately get enough XP to go to level 2, and it triggers the next scene. You just want to mash. You don't really care about the text. Some background information about Log 1 is that there is no Japanese version. These were always seem to be made in America. The only one that has a Japanese version is Legacy of Goku 2. So, now, when you come out here, this is the world of Goku's house. Now, there is a way just to go all the way down and around all these trees and such, but we're not going to do that. We're going to stop right here, go. You don't have to go that far. See, the collision detection is a bit odd. You can go all the way to the left here, the tree, like right up in this corner. You want to make sure you're up in this corner because there's like a little space that pushes you forward more. If you go here, it's not enough to fly across. You'll run out of flight. Actually, no, you will make enough flight, but you do need a spare one. So we're gonna fly. So you want to make sure you have one left. Right here. If you don't have one left, if you have 0, it is going to be slightly difficult. There is 2 routes to do if you do not get it, so it's not immediately like game over or nothing. So we're gonna go straight up, and that's it. No fighting. I will show you both ways of getting across this area now. Now the fast way of doing this is just going straight across with these wolves. Now RNG will kind of dictate on how much damage you take. There is a chance of taking no damage all the way to critical hits. That's pretty around roughly even. And you fly across. That's it. It's really easy, but you don't have any flying to kind of fly forward. You want to grab this orb and then go to the next scene. Save really quick and kill ourselves. You would just go to the next scene if you did that correctly. Now I will show you the other way of doing this. Saved. We have enough flight. We do have 7, so that is a good way to manipulate flight if you want to, but it does lose a lot of time. So we would pretend we only have 1. So if you ran out of flight, or if you don't trust going down the bottom route, you can go to the top. Now this is a bit scary because there are 3 wolves that can kill you immediately. Go straight across here, up, grab this orb, to here. Grab this orb, and then go straight down, fly down, and then grab this orb again. Then go to the next scene. So, in 80%, it's very straightforward. There's a lot not to do in the beginning there. So, now, this area, we have actually quite a few quests. They are mandatory, but they are considered side quests because they're not really storyline related. So, the first thing we want to do is go walk across, and fly upwards. When I land here, roughly, if you go a little too far, it's not gonna hurt you. What's gonna happen is these wolves will follow you. You're gonna want to manipulate these wolves to be in a certain area so that they stop following you after you try to fly over here, like that. Grab her, grab this flight orb, and then fly across really quick. That's all you gotta do. Make sure the wolves over there, they can stack. They can also cause a bit of lag. You might want to be weary about that. But make sure you can always manipulate them. You can always try to heal through with the items that Master Roshi did give you in the beginning of the game. But you can always make it across with that orb. Grab this flight so you can get across. Grab one flower, which is usually the center one. It's straight down. I'm gonna heal here because that guy can usually... This could be the pterodactyl up here. That can ruin our day. Now, we want to land right around here. Now, this text box, you used to avoid it. But there's actually a quicker way of flying across this area. So, I will show both sides because, you know, it's always good to know if something went wrong. You can always counter. So we go down here, land, and then we talk to these guys. Talking to people gives us XP, and I also want to believe it's actually mandatory. So we're gonna walk over here, where it's gonna get kind of interesting. Can I kill you? No. I have to cut that part out. Okay, so we're back here. Alright, we'll just quickly kind of go fly across. Again, this area is straightforward. There is actually quite a bit to do in this area. But it's only for all quests, like kind of like a 100% kind of category. So we're gonna do the same kind of route because it's better to do everything the way we should. Manipulate this guy. I couldn't get him away from me. Alright, so we kind of manipulated the wolves away from us. It's easy because when they attack, they stop immediately. We grab this orb. You want to get in this corner. Any further away, it can kind of make it so you don't have enough flight. So make sure there's actually a pretty big box to get in here. So, and then just fly across. Then grab the flowers. Gonna land. Again, like I said, the text box is a good way to let you know that you did land early enough. If you skipped it, you might have used too many flights, and that can be a bad thing. Alright, talk to these guys. Alright, so we're gonna walk down here. Now, this is kind of a tricky area. Kind of want to do this quickly. Every time you let go of the button of where you're trying to fly to, and then press it again, it does cause more flight. Along with flight, also uses flight energy around every 8 frames. So you want to kind of... Oh, we don't actually have enough flight. Actually, you need 4 for this, really. 3 can help. See? You can do it with 3. Make sure you land in that corner. And then we do have a few more quests. So you want to fly across this guy. And you need 2 flights, no matter what angle you come from. You're going to need to get to that boat. Now, I'm going to show you the other direction you can come from. It's just this pathway. Instead of doing that whole flight business. That flight business does save time because it's just straightforward, straight downward instead of this kind of half circle-ish. So, just a reminder that you can go down the left side, and it's like I said, just the half circle. But this route is this fastest to come down here. Fly across. There's no reason to like land. Goku will do it automatically for you. Pick up the boat. Pick up the flight. Now you can land immediately, which gives you 7. At this point in the game, it roughly doesn't matter how much flight you use. At this point in the game, you'll start to actually get the hang of a thing we call flight. I call it flight mashing. There's another person who calls it flight flicking. Choose your side. You turn the boat into the kid, he gets more XP for it. So what's going to happen is flight mashing. I mentioned earlier that it causes every frames. So Goku does fly faster than his walking animation. So in order to move faster in a speedrun, we would do something like this. As to opposed to just walking across, as you can see. It is fun. You do move faster if you time it correctly. And you don't use flight, which is what you really want to do. Now, you can do this at any point in the run. I have learned the run well enough to know, or my own mashing skills, to know how to do it early in the game. Sadly, if you do use any extra flights, you will end up losing time because of trying to find another route of flying across of things or something. So, after that, you turn the girl into her father because these people are chilling at the house waiting for her to come back from God knows where. This little boy has a crush on that little girl for some reason. So you give him the flowers. More XP. Now we have one more quest that we must do to turn in before we go to our first boss. This is the first boss in the game. Again, like I said, throughout this run, you can do the flight mashing thing. It is faster. Just make sure you time it correctly. Now, this little guy is no longer a threat. We can punch him, keep going forward, and grab this kitty because everybody is just lost in this town. I have no idea what happened, nor do I care really. Now you kind of want to get in this corner, this little pocket. You can easily just go down. If you're any further away, you will lose. You will not make it across. I have determined that it is around 9 flights. You can make it with 9. 10 is the most ideal, safer. So make sure you do have at least 9 and just fly across. Now I can land generally like right there, but what are you gonna do? So we have no flight. That's fine. We can get some immediately here. Turn the cat to him. He teaches you a move called Solar Flare, which I don't understand that, but hey. So we're now on our first boss. Now we're gonna come up to another glitch that I am pretty sure that many of you have seen when you were a child. So what we're gonna do is we talk to Raditz. There's Raditz. Gohan's over there, chilling. We grabbed our flight because we need a flight for this. So Talk to Raditz. What you can do if you want to be safe, you can kind of stun him pretty ahead of time with Solar Flare. Solar Flare does stun enemies, so that's how they portray the whole blindness thing. Charge it up, talk to him immediately. Now walk around. Now you want to walk back and forth for him to fire a Kai Blast. Need him to fire a Kai Blast. There it is. Now we take damage. Now what you just saw is we take damage from that Kai Blast. The game apparently was never registered to take damage while you're flying, because when you're flying, the enemies actually can't punch you. So you still take damage. The game puts you on the ground, but the game also still the game's enemies AI believe you're flying. So we walk around, punch him, punch him, punch him. Now grab 10 flight. Make sure you grab 10 flight during this fight. And bosses and actually every enemy has invisible iframes. They vary on each enemy. I generally just keep punching. Now, if you hear any sound effects like that, that crashing noise means you hit them. That means you actually did damage. If you hear any other noise, like, you know, if you hear like that, it's during his iframes and you're not doing anything. So don't think that, you know, if you do it this way, it's slower, because it doesn't matter. You kind of want to stand in front of Piccolo because it does trigger a cutscene. If you are further away, you do have to wait for his walking animation. And that's slow. So you kind of want to just wait to kill Raditz in front of Piccolo. Also, another thing to be weary about, or to kind of have more information about, is that Goku's punches, the damage they do, are RNG. There's a range. There's no dead set damage. For example, at level 4, he can do from like 100 to 200, in between there somewhere. So RNG can screw you over if you get like a whole bunch of 101. So that's Raditz. Like I said, you trigger go Piccolo, bam, you know, you're done. Just keep mashing B, and you'll get to the text. Now, when it comes to pictures, right here, you can't mash B. You want to press A. Because A, I have no idea. But pictures, you do want to get it out of there, because they can just destroy time. Now, we're on the yellow brick road. I mean, sorry. We're on Snake Way. So, remember when I said to grab that 10 flight? This is where we're going to use it at, to cut across this long wrap of just snake edge. So, we're going to fly over here. We're going to stand... Now, you do take damage at the edge of these, whatever you want to call it. I don't understand why, but you do take damage. So, we're going to get close, or you can just YOLO, like I do if you've seen my runs, fly across. That skips that whole pathway right over here. Look at this. That's a lot of walking for no reason. So we're going to come up here. Now, you can fly mash if you feel comfortable. It's faster. Do it whenever you can. Don't ruin any of your flight, though. Again, fly across. Now, there is the snake lady. She can make the run faster by a few seconds if everything is perfect. In tasks, I believe it saves around 5 to 7 seconds. In RTA, that's not really worth it. Sadly, people can't do everything perfectly, and in the long run, you really do just... Actually, all it does is save time against the fight with Nappa. Other than that, you're really not catching up here. Because she doesn't give you the level immediately, but she does give you enough XP after you do this next section where you should level up. So we're just gonna skip her. Generally it is faster, but like I said, if you get things perfectly, but now all quests you do have to fight her, but we're not doing that right now. We're just doing 80% no map jumping. So we're gonna fly across land. Now we have 4 flight. Generally speaking, you can have 2 to 4 depending on how things went. This is where the cutscene happens. Kind of want to go here because apparently, like at this line where Goku's at, like across, yeah. I've tried skipping this cutscene. I've tried actually just going straight forward. It doesn't work. Sadler. So we trigger that. Now we fall down. We're gonna go forward, trigger the stupid text box. It's gonna happen anyways. So we're gonna talk to this orange guy. You know, storyline stuff. Like I said, fly mashing faster. So we're gonna fly up here. This is the first soul we have to collect. We have 3 souls that we must collect to trigger getting the heck out of here. So we're gonna fly over here, grab this orb. You can always go straight down. It doesn't really matter what route you choose. It's especially if you know how to fly mash. Now you can't pick up multiple souls at once, sadly. Otherwise, we would have picked up the other one over here. We fly straight down. We had to turn them into this guy. Apparently, these guys are late for their fitness class. So, straight up here. Now, this part can be quicker just going straight up. You can kind of go around where we came from with the first soul. But like, you know, there's no reason. Because it is right here. We're going to fly upwards. Land. You really do want to land as immediately as you can. Because you will be saving flight. You don't want to be grabbing extra orbs if you don't need to. Talk to him. There we go. Got 5 flights, so you should be fine. Generally speaking, I know I can usually have like 6 to 7. So you kind of want to, like, this section is a bit, you kind of want to just, you know, shift Goku. So fly downward. You want to land right here, roughly. So you save some kind of flight there, and if you're kind of low anyways. Now, I always try to talk to this guy in a different section, because these souls, when they move, they will lock you in place. They become solid. I don't understand, but they do. So if they move into your hitbox, you can't move unless you fly out of them or save and quit. So that's why it's always good to kind of manipulate where, talk to the guy, so that you can always avoid that. Fly across here. Now you can always grab the orb. Actually, you should actually. Want to grab the orb here. Fly mash. I usually try to grab the orb there because I can just do this. Now you want to talk to this guy. you can kind of get behind him. And I get behind him. There it is. It makes it kind of somewhat safer when you talk to him to turn into the soul. Make sure you get out of there fast. Fly. This thing is not going to be here if you do that fast. This orb is not going to be there. So, you're going to want to save as much flight as you can. Usually I'll have, like, 7. So, fly mash, whatever. Now, this section is slow, kind of trying to go around the cone. I usually just do that. Pretty easy to... This will create a text box anywhere you go down this segment. It'll trigger right here. And it can usually be in your way. So, whatever flight you do have, just use it up there. Now, this is usually closed. That's why we had to turn in the souls. So, because of that, now it's free to go. We grab the apple, triggers the next cutscene. But this time, we are back at Snake Way, but we have orbs for some reason. What's up with that? So, we're gonna just use them up, because orange orbs give you 20 flight. So they always fill you up, because you will never have 20 flight in this, or past that, at this point in the game. Fun fact, she is gone. So... if you missed Snake Lady the first time, you ain't getting it back. Save some flight here because you kind of have to fly a few sections without it. And then we get enough flight here. Now, this part, simple. You can act. Funny thing is, the game actually puts you all the way over here. Sea King over there. You would think it's way over here. It's not. That's wrong. There it is. You see it right there in the corner. I have no idea why the game puts you all the way to the right, but don't do that because it's pointless. You can just fly over there, right there, boom, that's it. More pictures of the actual show. Now we're gonna grab some more flight because this part, I'm gonna do this quick because this part can be just traumatizing. Gregory and Bubbles, I'm actually gonna save here because that way I can, like, if something goes wrong, I can, like, redo it. We're gonna first show you Gregory. Or Bubbles, I mean, Bubbles is quick. That's it. Want to fly at him immediately. Take off, because if you walk, it takes forever. Even fly meshing, he is, I don't know what happened. This monkey has it going on. So, that's it. Bubbles is down. Time to smash the cricket. Now, he is taking off on a weird angle. I don't know where he's going. You want him to go down to the bottom. Not like that. We are going to reset that because that is not how he should have. He stays in the corner. Now, I've been experimenting with some stuff because the way we currently have, actually, after Gregory and Bubbles, you don't really need flight that much, actually. You only need, like, maybe 1 or 2. Not like we used to when we needed, like, a full tank. So we're back here again. We have our flight. We're gonna smack up Bubbles again. Show you kind of how that goes, and one more time. Now that took a little bit longer, and that was slower, sadly. We use a bowler flight for that too, so. Now, can try to actually outrun Gregory here. I mean, not outrun, but kind of. Oh, see, you can kind of box him in. We're good, because I want to show you guys how that looks if you do it correctly. Alright. We're gonna show you kind of Bubbles. Bubbles can actually go a different route if he starts off differently, weirdly. There he goes. He's taking off in the wrong way. And we screwed that up. So yeah, we're not chasing after you, you dang monkey. Alright. So, one more time. I'm going to show you guys how kind of Gregory goes. Because it also matters where he kind of starts. Alright. So we got that. See, that's not... Yeah, see, kind of like that. Kind of want him boxed in. Boxes in himself, the way that the AI works. Like, it's trying to, like, go a certain way if it can. And then, yep, there we go. Right there. You want to get him so that he boxes himself in. And... And then that's a wrap. And then King Kai will teach you Kamehameha Wave. So, but again, you can kind of practice around with that. That is going to be kind of touchy, because you kind of have to determine when to fly and how much. You can slightly overfly the characters. Like your flying image of Goku and overlap because the landing is like slightly before it. So, and do that. Immediately punch him though, because that's when the test ends. Now we go straight here. We're at the lookout. I'm gonna go left. That's the only way apparently to leave the place. Now, there's a kid you have to save. Even you're supposed to, but not anymore. There's actually, I call it a glitch, but it's not really a glitch. It's just something that was never, the collision is not there. So, got some flight. How did we get flight actually? I must have collected too much. So we're just gonna fly. There's actually a few quests here. Again, that's gonna be all quests. Robbers. Now we're gonna go in this corner here. The detection is actually doesn't work here. It doesn't it doesn't detect that you're not supposed to be flying over this thing. Trigger it, fly over, King Kai will talk to you, and you can land, fly mash, or you can keep flying. Either one doesn't matter because you will grab another flight orb right before you talk to Nappa. Now we're at the Nappa and Vegeta fight. This is where things can kind of get more simple in this run. There's actually going to be a lack of almost no side quest for the rest of this run here. It's going to be a lot of just bosses. So, the best thing to do is grab the orb. Make sure you grab one, make sure you have some flight. Because we will be doing the flight glitch again. That's how it works. Again, we want to do the same thing we did with Raditz and stun him. So, now there are like a few advanced strats you can do. Simply the act of punching them, you'll be fine. But you can also kind of change it up. The Kamehameha Wave is actually one of the fully charged. It is the strongest attack in the game. So, if you can manipulate certain things with this, which I will show you, you'll see how, like, different it can be. So, let's see. Alright, so we're gonna start Nappa. Nappa, you do have to fight first. You can't fight Vegeta. He'll tell you just talk to Nappa. So we want to get Nappa to fire a shot here. Make sure you do have health, because you will take damage. Alright, so we triggered him. Yep, there it is. That's a rep. So, punch him. As I said before, there's gonna be that distinct crash noise. That's when you know you damaged him. So you don't have to be crazy mashy. No. Alright, so Nappa's down. Now Vegeta's coming after us. Vegeta has a two-part fighter. Grab the orb. We're gonna slightly need that. You want to come to this corner right here, this spot, because cutscene, kind of like the way with Piccolo, it will trigger something and Goku walks to this corner anyways. So make sure you kind of hear so that Goku doesn't take forever to walk. Now you want to charge a full Kamehameha Blast, and it will do a significant amount of damage. It may not sound like it, but it does speed up the process. That's the first part. Vegeta will let you know, hey, you know, I'm stronger than you, and you can keep on punching him. Nothing much to it going on here. Alright, now he's down. Now we're at level 11. Cool. Everything's fine. He teleports away somehow. Turn into the monkey cutscenes.
I'm the most powerful warrior in the universe.
Alright, and we are at Namek. So we do eventually get to Namek. Now, this section is pretty fun. It is, I believe it's one of the fun parts of the run. There's actually going to be quite a bit of movement and punching. So, and there's actually quite a few things to skip. too. So, the first thing we're gonna do is get the heck out of this area. Have some health just in case. Now there's gonna be an enemy right above us. You can try to stun him just to avoid taking damage. It does help because the next section we are gonna be doing some stuff that will involve us doing some slightly risky strats. So, oh, he did a charge attack, so we didn't really need to do that. So now we're in this area. So the enemies in this in Frieza's army, anything outside of his spaceship map area, all the enemies here are 10k apiece. So we can level pretty fast if we kind of grind them out. You want to get to Frieza around level 15. 16 is okay, but it is slightly slower. It does save time in his first form, but that is about it. Otherwise, you're losing time in the later forms. But we will actually be skipping the Ginyu form. Why we're going to be doing this. This is an alternative to fighting the Ginyu form. So, we're going to kind of guide this guy. Come on. We're going to save it really quick. He's not giving us good RNG right now. We're going to go in here just to reset it. There it is. Alright. Flying glitch. Once again. Kai Blast. Boom. So, we are going to grind out all of these guys here. You can punch them on the way, too. Each one has a different iframe set. So, punching them does do a credible amount of damage, so you can do that. Kind of beat things along to get them individual damage. Eventually, the game will stack them all up on top of each other. You don't know who you're punching anymore. Alright, so we're going to line them up. Kamehameha. Now, generally speaking, that should kill some of them. Like one or two. But these guys will take a critical amount of damage from that Kamehameha wave. We're level 12 now. That's helpful. Alright, so we killed them all. And like I said, they're 10k apiece, so we're almost level 13 already. Fly upwards. You want to grab these artifacts. This is the way, this is the last side quest we have before we can, because you have to grab them in order to unlock getting to the Ginyu Force area. Now this guy, you can kind of, depending on how much flight you have, you can easily just fly across. Boom. That's it. Now, we're going to use a save and quit. This is actually the only time save and quit actually is helpful. We are all the way in the top right corner. It is going to take forever to get back to that building you saw me go into earlier. So, we are going to grab this artifact right here. It's hidden behind the dino. We're going to let him kill you. But first, save first. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So, let him kill you. Alright, boom. Now we're here. Look at that. Right into the building. Now, again, fly mashing a lot everywhere. As soon as you can. Don't fly mash when you fly glitch. You cannot do it. Because if you do it, you'll go out of the game. It'll reset it. And it just doesn't work. You're losing time doing that. So, I'm not really doing fly mashing right now. Just to show you the movement and the placing. That guy, oh wow, he actually followed me this time. He stops in the middle of this hallway. So, want to take this green teleporter bed. As you know, take that one. It'll put you here into this room with the Namekian statue, and then you want to go here to the left. Now we're in this room. Go down the yellow one. Now we're gonna go straight over here. Straight down this hallway. Past this guy. Grab that, because if you flat match like me, you can just fly straight through. If you know where a lot of the orbs are at, you can kind of just manipulate everything. Take this. Now we're at Super Kamiguru. So we're gonna do this. This is why you needed the artifacts. Straight up. Place the last one. There you go. Now we can leave. That last one does give you quite a bit of XP too. It does also give you a speed boost. So that Goku does walk a little faster. Funny enough, he never does walk fast enough to outrun his flying. So we got enough flight. And you can kind of save a little. Because we are going to do... We are going to do one more thing of manipulating. We're going to fly all the way here. Fly mash if you can. Now, you can actually kill these guys. I do sometimes in my runs. Kill 2 of them, you gain a level 14. Fly across, boom, we're done. That's it, right? The Ginyu Force is no more. That was the Ginyu Force. That was it. You don't fight them because 4 boss fights is actually slower than killing the minions. So, because Raditz would have, or not Raditz, Boom has enough XP if you never fought any of the minions and you just did the artifact straight up. He has enough XP to get you to 14, and Jason and Birder themselves have enough XP to get you to 15, and then you would fly to Frieza, but they take longer. They have an enormous amount of HP. So it just takes longer, and even if you did try to do like a wombo combo, it's not worth it. So we're just gonna fly here, fly across, grab this orb. You can always fly straight across if you do have enough flights. This is like one of the somewhat quicker ones to get to the next area. We're gonna grab this. Now, if you fly, it triggers a cutscene, which it's not really worth it. You can really just walk here and you're fine. Now, this section is the most notorious one where you can have runs dying. We're gonna save. You can YOLO this area by just getting their attention. Hopefully they like that, roughly, and then you kind of want to punch them. Up and down strikes is usually pretty good. Now, as I said before, these guys are 30k experience. So you want to roughly kill as many as you can to get to 15. cutscene. That's it. You need to just kill those 4, and you're fine. The Kamehameha wave made it easier too. It does do a lot of damage on them. Make sure you hold it for a good chunk of time so that you did fully charge the blast, and fly into the spaceship. Now Goku has to heal, you know, because this is in a show where he got beat the crap out of, you know, whatever. So he does have to go in the tank. Now we're at Frieza. Frieza is really, really straightforward. Like, it's not difficult to try to work around. You'll trigger a cutscene no matter where you are. It's like this invisible barrier at these cutscenes. Like this whole line right here. Even if you went straight up, it doesn't matter. So, again, Frieza is the last boss. He's the final boss of the game. Some quick info. Goku has no idea that Frieza can transform. He never knew that Frieza had any other forms besides his final one. So, but we are gonna fight all 4 of the forms. So, what we're gonna do is, you can do Kamehameha Wave. Again, it's super simple. It's very helpful. And we're gonna do flying fly glitching one more time. You can solar flare him, just so that you can get some distance away from him so he doesn't punch you, but not necessary. Now, it is RNG on when like all these guys will fire the energy shots. It's annoying. Look at that. That took forever. So, punch him. Make sure you get that damage in before you get to this section. You do want to stand here. Because there's going to be a cutscene after the 3rd transformation that will trigger like a panning to this section. And it's just easier, it's faster just to be in this section when it happens. So we're going to punch. Do a fully charged Kamehameha Wave. And sit here for like the next few minutes. All right, that takes a while. It takes like maybe roughly 2 minutes or so, and that gives us like all the way to level 18. So it does give us a lot of XP from Frieza. This fight right here is actually the only time, the last XP you get the run. Funny enough, the cutscene from Frieza's 3rd form into his 4th does not give you any XP at all. They forgot that to do that apparently. And if I remember correctly, this actually will only give you 1 level. He should drop 90k after this form. Oh wow, 22. Crazy, I don't remember that. It was like 19. But yeah, you don't get any more XP after that though. Alright, and now we're on the 4th form. The 3rd one is pretty simple. The last 2 forms are really quick because of the level. Now you mash through this text box. Now the game resets everything, so you gotta be on your guard immediately. You do not have fly glitch active right now. You gotta get Frieza to do it again. And that was actually pretty good RNG. Not the best. I've seen him do it immediately. You could just straight up punch him at any point in time. You don't have to be in this section, because after this, beat the game. And you're a Super Saiyan. And just to kind of give you some clues on like what else is in this area, if you have some like difficulty with any kind of health, there are a lot of like herbs and everything. They're all over the place. You can always like find them and everything. There's some more flight orbs. Funny enough, Goku's speed is actually able to keep up with running away from enemies at this point. If you notice earlier on, that's not the case. That's Legacy Goku 1. This music's pretty cool. So that's the end of the tutorial of Legacy of Goku 1. If you have any questions, my name is Ultrauberness. You can always find me on Twitch. There are some other names. There is Turoth King. Turoth King is almost the latest speedrunner of this game, but I am the main head honcho of this run. So I have developed a lot of information about it, and I'm still trying to rework a lot of things. Some common information, or not some common one, but some more information. Emulator runs are separated from console for the fact that loading screens for the next screen transition is immediately for the emulator, as to oppose the console. It does take a second or two, so it does take longer in frames. So because of that, it is separated. But again, let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, I will be doing a Legacy of Goku 2 tutorial eventually. That game is a lot longer, but I will be trying to teach how to do that game as well.